Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Item of the Day, episode 28. And you may be wondering why there hasn't been a new item or a new Item of the Day video recently, and that is simply because I am now going to be doing Item of the Day on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as compared to every day. And there's two main reasons for this actually. The first reason is because if I do Item of the Day every day, it's going to end a lot sooner than it would if I did it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, the other main reason, which is a bigger part of it, is simply if I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Item of the Day videos, if I only do them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that gives me a lot more time to do other videos on other days, instead of all of my time being taken up by Item of the Day. And so anyway, that's that. We're just wanted to get that out of the way first. And today our item or our numbers are 28, 8, and 1 through 4, because I'm going to be showing you guys all of these 4. And basically I'm just going to be showing you guys 4 items for tool blocks. Yeah, let's just go with that. I don't really want to call them machines, because I don't know, I don't think they're as much of machines as tools. But anyway, I'll show you guys what they do and everything, and actually we can just get rid of these pistons because we had them to make these. So the first one up, as you can see, is the deployer. Now, the deployer basically just does exactly what it says, is it deploys stuff. Now, you may be thinking, okay, that's very descriptive, and you also may be thinking, that sounds like the same thing as a dispenser. However, it is not at all the same thing as a dispenser. Because, for example, if I'm just going to make one right now, and of course, as you can see, it's cobblestone on the left and the right, the redstone at the bottom, a chest in the middle, or piston in the middle rather, and a chest on top. That gives you a deployer. So we're just going to place it down right here in front of the chest that it was for. And then we're just going to throw all of this cobblestone in there, and turn it back to day. And let's see, let's get a lever. And there we go. We're just gonna, once we equip it, or once we turn it on, you would expect, for example, if it was a dispenser, you would expect a cobblestone item drop to just shoot out of it. But this is different. As you can see, once you activate it, it literally places the block right there. So I'm actually gonna need an iron pick, or any type of pick actually. I'm just gonna get an iron one, and there we go. So, as you can see, it's definitely different than from a dispenser because it actually deploys the items like it says. Now, for redstone, it will also place redstone. Now, this, of course, is very helpful if you know how to use it. And as you can see, it's not going to deploy anything else until you get the first one out of the way. But anyway, that's just the deployer. That's really the use for it, to place stuff down. And I'm actually going to move the lever to the back. And I'm actually just going to get 3 more, because we will end up needing 3 more. So let me just grab 3 really quick. And there we go. So the next item, as you can see, once we get back to the page, is the block breaker. Now this is basically the exact opposite of a deployer. As you can see, it's basically the same recipe, except the top, instead of a chest, it'll be an iron pickaxe. And then you can just place the piston and the redstone in the same place, and that gets you a block breaker. So we're just going to put that in front of its chest, and then put that right there. And of course, as you can see, there's a hole right there, a bigger hole right there, and a smaller hole in the back. This is where the item comes out of once it breaks, as you'll be able to see in just a moment. As you can see, we just put that down. Once we activate it, it'll basically just break that block and send it through. Now this is also a very nice item, very, very useful indeed. And we can use this and the next item kind of together, or the last item, filter. We can kind of use them together to accomplish things, like to send stuff to different places, or we can use the filter just in a ton of different situations. But the next one is a transposer. So we're going to get 5 cobblestone, 1 redstone, 2 wooden planks, and a piston. What we're going to do with this is basically, instead of placing them down the sides, we're going to put all on the top, and then bottom left and bottom right, piston in the middle, wooden planks on the outsides, and redstone on the bottom. That gets you a transposer. Now, this item actually looks a lot like the block breaker, except it has some side designs. It may look different on your texture pack. It just really depends. So of course we gotta put the lever down. Oops, didn't mean to put one on the front. That's alright though. And anyway, the first thing we're gonna need, actually we might want to put it on the, no, actually yeah, that should be good. If we put it on the back, it should be perfectly fine. And did not mean to put that on the front again. Anyway, as you can see, if we, for example, throw down the lever, once we turn it on, it gets sent through. This one is basically a block breaker, except it shoots things through, like it picks up dropped items. If we did it with this one, of course, it wouldn't do anything. Now, this one can also be used in some different ways. For example, this goes for the block breaker also. You can put a pneumatic tube, so let me just get a couple of those. Actually, I'm just going to grab a stack. You can get some pneumatic tubes and put them, for example, if I put them like this, and then I got a chest. And then I'll just put the chest on the top and throw it down, of course. Not like that, but I will need one over there, and then throw it down. It will send the lever through into the chest, which is very nice. But another way to use this is if we put another pneumatic tube and another one if we want, just to separate it from the, just to get it kind of away from the chest. We're actually going to jump up here. There we go. As you can see, it's up there. Let me just grab some dirt so I can just scaffold my way up a little bit. And as you can see, it's facing up now. So if we just throw it on top of it, it will just go straight through. It does not need a circuit if you are going to pull it. If you're going to drop something on top of it, it doesn't need a redstone current. But another way to do this, which is fairly nice, is to, for example, you can put it on, you can use redstone tubes and you can put it on a timer if you would like, and that would basically just continuously pull things out from the from just wherever it is. I'm gonna break this one also. For example, if I put that right there and switch this out for a redstone tube, and there we go. Alright, I'm gonna need a repeater also. Once we set this down, of course, actually that's completely wrong repeater, and we can get a sequencer, and there we go. As you can see, we can put it down and it'll go around and do all the stuff that would normally do. And I'm just gonna throw some items down here, and that should be good. As you can see, once it, actually, one second, I think we might have to have this a little bit spread out from the redstone tube. If I'm completely wrong with this, I do apologize. I have not messed around with these. Actually, you know what, I know exactly what the problem is, I'm pretty sure. What you need to fix this is you actually need to connect it to a piece of redstone and then connect it. And as you can see, it basically, you saw it just move. So once we just throw down a bunch of items, as you can see, it pulls them all, and then once it gets to that, it'll pull it again. So basically, if a lot of items are just falling somewhere, you can just use that kind of setup type thing, and that will constantly pull a block, which is very nice, I think. I really do appreciate that that aspect of it. I think it's a very nice addition to it. And I just trashed my levers, but there we go. It's alright, just got more. Now the next thing we're going to be making is, once I get to it, as you will see, it's a filter. As you can see, there's a filter, 2 gold ingots, 1 piston, 5 cobblestone, and we do need something else, which is called a red doped wafer. So to make these red doped wafers, you gotta basically put some coal in with some sand. And what that'll do is, you have to make sure you put it in an alloy furnace, of course. What that'll do is it'll take 8 red, or 8, as you can see, it'll take, once we get to here, the silicon wool, as you can see, it'll take 8 sand and 8 coal, and it makes a silicon wool. So what we can do with this silicon wool is we can take it and use the diamond handsaw on it. That gets us 16 silicon wafers. Basically what we do with that next is put that in there with some redstone. So let me just grab some redstone, and there we go. As you can see, we can just throw it in there, and it will start smelting into red doped wafers. Now what you do with these red doped wafers is basically put them in the place where we put the redstone last time. So as you can see, it would be gold ingots instead of wooden planks, piston in the middle, cobblestone on top and bottom left, bottom right, and red doped wafer. So I get you a filter. What you can do with these filters is, I'm just going to grab a chest really quick from this, and I can, for example, I can put a chest down here, put a chest here, put a chest here. Actually, I don't want to put a chest there, but I can put a chest there. And for example, you can just use this as one kind of type of separate, or kind of organization tactic. You can have all kinds of these, but it does get expensive, and there is more useful things to use it for. So for example, if I just got some stone and dirt and cobblestone and wooden planks and just shoved them all into this chest, say I wanted to get wooden planks out, I would just put a wooden plank in here, and then actually I'd toss that sequencer. I'm not sure where the repeater went. I'm pretty sure that's what the name is of it, but I'm actually gonna just check really quick, and once I find it, yeah, there's a repeater there. Timer, that's what it is. Yeah, timer. It just clicked right before I found it. So as you can see, you can use the timer on here, but of course you will need the redstone circuit. And what else we can do is use the timer for this, and basically, as you can see, it's pulling out wooden planks every time. So it'll basically just go through and pull out one wooden plank every single time, and if we put more in, as you can see, once it hits the timer, it's still pulling it down by 1. That's because it's kind of working like a dispenser, whereas every tick, or every time it sends a signal, it only pulls out 1. And of course we can just like massively spam this down, and it will go a lot faster. So I mean, these are 4 of the tool type blocks that you can use for various things. You can actually do a lot with these, and I mean, like, if you think of how to do stuff with this, or how to build a contraption that will use these blocks to just basically make a system that will just do whatever you need it to, it is very nice. Like, for example, with these 2 blocks, this dispenser and this block breaker, you could in fact make an obsidian generator. I've actually built one just to test, because I got an idea in my mind that told me, wait a second, you can probably make an obsidian generator with these 2 blocks. And of course, I tested it, and it actually worked, and I will probably show that to you guys whenever I do one of my Let's Plays. At least I will probably do one. And it's actually an obsidian generator that doesn't use any equivalent exchange, so you would be able to basically just get a bunch of obsidian without having to mine it or having to mess with equivalent exchange. For example, if you was on a server that had it banned or had it disabled, or if you just was on a mod pack that doesn't have it, or just if you just use these separate mods without equivalent exchange, that would be, you can make basically just, you could make an obsidian generator and get however much you needed or want or whatever, and basically you just use it to fulfill whatever you want. And of course, as you can see, once you get this, going, you can also put another one. And of course, we're gonna need a screwdriver because that's the wrong way. And we're just gonna click until it goes the other way. And I don't want it to be filtering out all of the wooden blocks. But as you can see, I'm gonna just break this really quick. And I forgot I was in game mode 1. Well then. Anyway, as you can see, if we just take this piece of wood out and then turn the filter on, it actually, I forgot I was in game mode 1 again. As you can see, it pulled out a whole stack of items. So that would be a useful way of transferring stuff. It just transfers a whole stack of items on one click, or on one redstone circuit. And of course, but if you wanted to be more organized with it, you could just throw all these in, and then in this one I could put, for example, I could put some dirt, and I'm going to turn this around, and there we go. I could put a chest here, and then once I put this here, as you can see, it's pulling the wood out of here. And actually, I'm gonna need to put some dirt into this one as well, because otherwise it's not gonna pull dirt in here. And as you can see, it's going to start pulling. Actually, I forgot to put the dirt back in. So there we go. As you can see, it's pulling dirt out now, and you guys can't really see it, but it is pulling dirt. But these both are activating at the same time, so it's getting sent to here and instantly getting sent to here. So basically, you could just have like a line of this, and basically just have a huge sorting machine. But of course, there are probably better ways to sort everything. But I mean, those are the 4 machines, and I actually just broke that one. Those are the 4 machines: deployer, block breaker, transposer, and filter. So I mean, I hope you guys did learn something, and I hope you guys maybe use something that you learned. Maybe you will be able to make something awesome with it. Maybe it will prove to be very helpful. I cannot decide that. Only you guys can. And if it did help you guys, if you guys did learn anything or whatever, just, yeah, let me know. I'd love to know if my videos are helping you guys. Now, as you can see, there's a skeleton over there getting deflected by the interdiction torch, and that is why I put them in there, and that's why I left them in here. Anyway, yeah, so that's the those are the four of the tool block machines. As you can see, if we go back to page 28, there are still more tool block machines, and of course we didn't get to those yet because there's not enough time in episode 2. But anyway, that was episode 28. Just going over some 4 tool block machines. Thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, have a nice day.